USG Ishimura, this is the emergency maintenance team of the USG Kellyan responding to your distress call.
Isaac Clarke.
What have you got, Isaac?
Half the Ishimura's in the red. Engines, hull, the trams.
Can you handle it alone?
Fix the centrifuge. Get the fuel running.
Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm going to be taking you through an upcoming game, Dead Space Remake. A remake of the 2008 survival horror game. First of all, don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more game previews or game bundles. Anyway, let's get into this. The story. The year is 2508. Due to the humans not using the planet's resources sustainably, the Earth is going through an extinction level event. Humans realize that the only way to gain more resources is to search for new planets and mine resources from foreign planets. The Concordance Extraction Corporation, or CEC, engineered a ship called the USG Ishimura. This ship of hope will eventually save all of humanity. The ship is able to perform a new and unique resource gathering process known as planet cracking, which is a process that involves literally cracking open a planet to mine its valuable resources. Over the decades, more planet crackers are created. In fact, a small fleet now exists. Even so, the USG Ishimura is still considered the miracle of mankind for being the father of the planet crackers and humanity's first light of hope during its darkest hour. Thanks to this process, humanity can now thrive again and resources are plentiful. The USG Ishimura is in the process of beginning its 35th planet cracking process after being successful 34 times over. However, this time, what the humans have found when the planet is partially cracked open will threaten the very existence of mankind. You play as Isaac Clarke, a ship system specialist and engineer, traveling to the USG Ishimura with a band of security personnel and a computer specialist to investigate the spaceship after receiving a distress signal. The ship now lays barren and dark, with some organic matter seemingly attached to it and growing. What will you find on board this once glorious representation of hope to humanity? While in the original, Isaac Clarke is the silent protagonist. In the remake, he'll now have voice lines played by the voice actor of Dead Space 2 and 3. In addition, the storyline is now streamlined to take into account events that are to occur in Dead Space 2, 3, and the comic books. Side characters will also have more screen time and lines, allowing you to sympathize more with them, rather than just seeing them killed off and you trying to survive the onslaught of the Ishimura on your own. Presentation. Dead Space Remake features updated graphics, entirely remade on the Frostbite engine. This makes the USG Ishimura even more terrifying than ever with realistic lighting and shadows, or lack thereof, making the ship feel more lived in than ever before, bringing some sense of realism. The enemies in this game, the Necromorphs, are humans who have been infected by whatever is being released from the alien planet's core, causing their bodies to mutate uncontrollably into walking or crawling abominations. The Necromorphs also feature more layers on their bodies, which you have to shave off and dismember to kill them. This results in an even gorier and bloodier game than the original. As you shave each part of them off, more blood will spill, before you finally dismember their legs and arms to kill them. The remake also features 3D sounds, which allows you to pinpoint location of echoes, clatters, and hisses more precisely. This also means if you are playing with your headset, it's going to be even scarier and more stressful than the original. This game also features no loading screens, so you can play through the whole game without any interruptions. No more waiting for a digital map to transfer you to where you need to go. This time it will feel seamless. Cutscenes have also been cut, so you're always in the experience of being in this dead, dreadful and dark ship. You can't forget about the death scenes in this game, and they'll be even more gruesome and bloodier than the original, giving you the opportunity to see Isaac Clarke, aka you, be ripped to pieces, stabbed, burned, crushed in glorious updated modern day 2020s graphics.
Engine power failure.
The gameplay. The gameplay of Dead Space Remake isn't too much different from the original. You'll be exploring the Ishimura, gathering information and items that you may need to unlock new areas to explore and progress through the story. All the while you'll be faced with untold horrors in the form of the Necromorphs. You'll have access to a variety of weapons which you will collect over time. The plasma cutter is your first weapon which you will obtain, and this acts like a handgun, but one that shoots plasma blades that will dismember your enemies. Other weapons include the pulse rifle, which is your assault rifle, a hydrogen torch flamethrower, the remote control disc ripper, the handheld ore cutter line gun, and the super collider contact beam, all of which have been designed to maximize dismemberment of your enemies. In addition to your guns, you'll also have access to your grip or telekinesis, which you can use to suspend and handle objects, both heavy and light, via an artificial gravity field created by the module. It basically feels like being a Jedi, pulling things towards you and hurling them at enemies, seeing them violently smashed by objects. This skill is very useful when you have run out of ammo, and it becomes essential in harder difficulties as ammo becomes harder to come by and enemies are much stronger. You can also use it on dead enemies, so you can hurl their dead bodies around to teach them a lesson for jump scaring you. You can also use your grip to solve environmental puzzles and to gain access to new areas. You can upgrade your suit, the grip, and your guns, so you can take more damage, be able to use the telekinesis abilities more often, and deal more damage with your guns respectively. You upgrade them by collecting power notes found in your explorations or after certain major events, which usually involve you going through parts of the game that make you want to either cry or throw your controller in anger of being killed for the 100th time. Notes are also limited, so you won't be able to upgrade all of your abilities in one playthrough. There are also sections in this game that will see you floating and navigating in zero gravity with limited air, so you have limited amount of time to do what you need to do to progress through the game. All the while, there may be necromorphs who are also floating in the same space as you, trying to violently stab and rip your guts out. Given that the game is now seamless, the intensity director is introduced. The original game relied on scripting terrifying moments to scare the players. This comes with a side effect of re-exploring parts that you have already explored being less scary, as you know there aren't anything hiding in a corner waiting to scare you, as you have already cleared the area and killed them all. With the intensity director, the environment sort of becomes a dice roll, where random encounters will occur when you revisit previously explored areas. This could range from changing lighting effects, smoke, or new environmental sounds and hisses when you revisit, all the way through to new unscripted necromorph spawns to keep you on your toes, so you'll never feel safe aboard the infected Ishimura ship. Another new system introduced in this game is the peeling system, where the necromorphs now feature more layers of flesh for you to cut through before getting to the bones to dismember them to bring them to their deaths. This makes enemies more resilient than the original, with more parts to remove before literally getting to the bones of the enemies. First impressions. The Dead Space Remake game looks amazing with its updated graphics. The lighting and enemy models make this already scary game even more terrifying with more detailed flesh and bones and ever realistic lighting and textures. Isaac Clarke's armor also looks amazing with his even more detailed suit. I think that the addition of the two new systems, the peeling system and the intensity director, are awesome, as the once terrifying necromorphs are even more terrifying than ever before now that they are harder to kill. The intensity director and the ability to seamlessly revisit previously explored areas also adds more incentive to revisit areas just to see what random events you'll encounter. It still looks as fun as ever, shooting at necromorphs, trying to dismember them with your weapons. There's also promise of cut content that will be brought back in the remake, and I'm really keen to see what these are and how they will turn out. All in all, I'm looking forward to the Dead Space remake. I thoroughly enjoyed the original game, and with these additions, it seems like it'll be an even better and more terrifying experience. This game releases on the 27th of January 2023 for Steam, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. So what do you think about Dead Space Remake? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Nicole?